If you are a Cardano holder and you have been through all these storms for years now, I have to congratulate you, man. Welcome to my team because I'm in that team. I really love ADA. I really love the price action in this bull market that ADA has been having. I remember buying ADA when it was only on 20 cents. That's why I'm entering the market years ago. And right now, my investments have gone 5 or even 6x. I took profits when it was in $1, and I know, and I really think it is going to be higher. And I'm going to tell you why and how, and potentially when it's going to happen. So remember, this is not financial advice. This is only for entertainment purposes only. But this is what I like. I like to analyze charts and to make money like you. So look what is going on with ADA right now. We have been touching this big order block that we have here. Okay, this is buying orders that have been waiting here to be executed for the price action to eat them. Remember that the price is a big monster that seeks liquidity in the market, buying, selling orders. That's it. That's pretty much it. As you can see, we have been in this trend on the downside for a while now, until it touched this order block. As you can see, it didn't even reach the order block itself. Once it was really closer, the price just absorbed enough buying orders to get a reaction to the upside. But then it started to fight this selling order block here that was stronger than the buying one. It wasn't enough just to touch it for one single time for the price to react and to seek the trend line. So right now, what is happening is that the price just make a huge rejection in these selling orders, in these selling order blocks that we have here. And then it started to seek for more liquidity, for more buying orders, to have more force, more energy, more liquidity, more money to try to seek this tendency line that potentially might be being broken on the next time we touch it. So what happens if you start to invest here in a spot? I wouldn't be advising you to do it using leverage or doing futures. That's completely up to you. What I would do if you're not so experienced or if you want to be completely safe is just to buy lots. That's what I do. For example, if you really want to get in the trade, you're in a really good zone to buy. I think this is a huge opportunity that you can have here, but potentially you might have a reversal if you buy here right now. So how did you save yourself so you don't lose money and you can guarantee a better price entry level? You don't buy all in a sudden. You're just buying lots. So for example, you can buy just 20% here. Then if it keeps going down in this order block, 20%, then if it keeps going down 20%, etc. How do I know the price won't be going lower? Because look at that what happened the last time we made these big liquidations of the long positions that were in the market. Look what happened. The price had an instant reversal. Okay. So look what happened once we started to touch this order block on the second time. It just had a big reversal on this tendency line. So what do you think is going to happen once the price has enough liquidity and it's enough buying orders? It is going to be a big rejection until the trend line, or potentially breaking the trend line, and we might be looking to make new time highs or to seek for the liquidity that is on the $1.20, potentially before we have a rejection from the people that wants to take profits and that wants to sell. So we might be having a reaction. But if there is hype in the markets, if there is money coming in for Cardano, for the ecosystem, for Bitcoin, I think we might be potentially entering on the Q2 from the bull run, and then choose to look for bigger prices, to look for high time highs. Well, high time highs for Cardano would be above the $350, but I'm meaning about this bull market in particular. Okay, so we potentially might be going to seek for the $2 point or even more above. If we seek what is going on with the volume in ADA, well, it's pretty much that we don't have enough volume down here for the price to keep bouncing up. As you can see, the volume right now is above the price. So what means we have strong force to the downside. Look at this, all this volume pushing the price to the downside. And we really need the price to seek for a big buying order or many buying orders so it can surpass this big volume candle we have right now here. And it is going to be really difficult for it to surpass it right now. So my potential outlook and projection of the price might be for the price to be looking to this zone. Why? Because I was expecting the price to have a reaction to the upside here, but then it just touched these levels, as you can see here, broke the structure, and it started to keep going down to seek for buying order blocks before it had a rejection. What I think is we might be potentially be looking for this zone here if it starts to keep looking for buying orders. So I'm expecting for the price to be reaching these levels here anytime soon on the 0.58 cents. Okay, that's my projections for the next day. Potentially might happen today, might happen tonight, might happen tomorrow, or we might be just rising up, surpassing this volume candle. Remember, this is the volume on the price, and then we might just be looking for the liquidity on the upside on these levels. Remember, we have to look for weeks. That's where the liquidity in the market is. So that's potentially the price exits that you can have in case that you start to buy Cardano here doing a spot. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend you to do futures right now. The market is very volatile right now. Potentially starting in April might be even more volatility. So I recommend you to be safe and to just trade in a spot, guys. Okay. So what has been going on? The price has been trying to test many times to go to the upside, but it faces big candles of volume and then it starts to go up. As you can see, when it faces rejection, it starts to consolidate in the volume, okay? But the selling orders are more strong, which makes the price to break these big lines, these big structures here to seek for more liquidity on the downside. Something very important that you have to see if you want to use this indicator of volume in the price. Remember, this is the volume, not in time, but in the price. I think it's way more effective. It's whenever you see these gaps happening, it's where the price can travel way more quicker. As you can see, this big gap from the 0.8 for the $0.79 until the 0.75. What happened? Look at this. Look at this. This was a really move the market used and the market did, and it was really quick. Whenever there are gaps in the volume, the price is going to travel way more faster than when it faces big areas of volume. That's where it starts to consolidate. Okay, but when it faces gaps, we potentially might be looking for the price to be traveling way more quicker, to be doing more aggressive movement. That's what I'm expecting. Look at this. There is a big gap here in 0.61, so I'm potentially seeing if we break this volume candles we have here on the downside, we might be potentially be looking to travel very quick to 0.58. As I can see here, we have a big order block here. So let's look at the metrics. Let's look at the liquidity. This is the liquidity, the 3 months chart liquidity of Cardano. So as you can see right now, which is 8, this big liquidity zone here, and the price started to keep going down. I was really surprised because we were on a really huge and a strong support during these levels, and it decided to go even more to the downside. So right now, I think the next level of liquidity is in the 0.68, 0.60, 0.67, 0.68, which means pretty much where I told you the price was going to go. Okay, here in these levels, it just goes to the levels of negotiation where the price had more entries or more exits, more selling orders or more buying orders. That's what the price do. That's how the price action works, right? What does that means for you? This means entries. It means buying opportunities, okay, or selling opportunities, depending on where the market and the price action is right now. But the price action is just screaming buy right now. This is time to buy and not to be in panic. This is not financial advice. You do as you please, as judging by your own knowledge, judging by your own intuition about what the price is going to happen. But for me, I would be buying right now if I was going to be investing in Cardano. Okay, I'm expecting this to go way higher once we start to consolidate, and once the price gets enough buying orders. Okay, so guys, remember, this is not a time to panic. This is time just to stay strong, not to sell your ADA. I've heard somewhere, I think I saw a video from this YouTuber that said that most of 90% of the people that were holding cryptocurrencies are just selling right now because the alt season never came. Guess what? That was what was going to happen at the end, because the ones who are strong, if you're watching this video, is because you're still holding your Cardano. That means you're strong. That means you have a strong mindset to be in this game. People who doesn't have a strong mindset can be in this game. People who are really weak in their mindset, that they see the prices just start to go down, to start to go up, to start to go down again. I know it's very stressful, but still, just you gotta just to be strong, just to know that this is how crypto works. This is how price action works. It moves in between negotiation levels. And it's normal, guys. Smart money knows that. Big people in the ecosystem that makes lots of money every time you sell, every time you buy, knows this, knows the price just travels across all these liquidity levels that were negotiated by buying or selling orders. This is how it is. So don't panic, okay? We can see in the 30 minutes charts right now, as I said, I think we're going to be looking for these levels on the next days, and then I might be expecting to have a reversal. Okay, we have been going down for a while now, so it's time for the price to start to seek for the higher liquidations levels. That's what I honestly think. So this was the video from today. I hope you really like it. And my recommendations right now would be just to spend time with your friends. Don't see much of the charts. I know that it could be stressing right now, but I know also that a big reversal is coming. So expect me to bring another analysis tomorrow. Peace.